Welcome to this week's GI Joe toy review. Where this week we're looking at a redo of the Conquest X-30 and the Pilot Slipstream. But before we get to looking at the vehicles, let's go ahead and do our weekly and the figure. So let's go ahead and do our weekly shout outs of the week. First at 48 South Loudon Street, which is the home of Back to the Media, where you can find all, and I do mean all, your video game needs, going from the Atari all the way up to current systems and Games Freeze console. You can also get all your CDs and DVDs and records from there as well. You can also go over to 115 South Loudon Street, which is the home of Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, where you can get all your G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, She-Ra, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, and Silverhawk toys, as well as other different miscellaneous odds and ends. So go ahead and check them out. And if you're looking for comic books, may I suggest going to 80 Weems Lane, which is the home of Four Color Fantasies, which is where you can get all your Marvel, DC, Image, IDW comic books, back issues up to current titles. So go ahead and check them out. When you leave there, if you're hungry, may I suggest going to Piccadilly Street to Tropical Islands, right across the street from the library, and seeing Lloyd and his wonderful staff and getting many of your Jamaican food needs met. And while you're there, go over and check out Bank of Clark County or United Bank to get all your banking needs met. Yeah, both of them are great banks and worth the customer service. While you're there, and this channel does support mental health awareness, so if you need some counseling or case management or whatever, go to 133 West Boscawen Street, Suite number 10, to see Robert C. Brown at Healing Grace Counseling Services, where he's a good listener, good person to talk to. You know, and if he doesn't have what you're looking for, like case management, psychiatry, whatnot, go over to Northwestern Community Services at Prosperity Drive. So go ahead and check them out. So if you need an unsightly tree stump removed, or just a tree removed in general, or some tree pruning, go and get a hold of Mixed Tree Service. He'll get the job done right for you. But if you're looking for car insurance, or you need renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, I suggest State Farm. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So go ahead and check them out. And if you're looking for gas and whatnot and good made-to-order food, may I suggest Sheets. Why the Sheets not? Go ahead and check them out. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to start with our figure, Slipstream. But before we do Slipstream, we're going to read his file card. It says Conquest X-30 Pilot, codenamed Lieutenant Slipstream. File name is Gregory B. Boyajian. His primary military specialty is fighter pilot. Secondary military specialty is computer technology. Birthplace is Provo, Utah. And his grade is a O2. And it says the card, as you can see right there with this picture, with the G.I. Joe logo. I know the text ain't good, so I'll definitely read it to you. It says, Lieutenant Slipstream was a video game whiz and computer hacker until he discovered flying. He joined the Junior Civil Air Patrol while a teenager and eventually got his Air Force commission through the ROTC. He finished at the top of his class in flight school, where his knowledge of computers and his lightning reflexes gave him a keen competitive edge. It takes a light touch to fly a fighter aircraft that's tricked out of highly sensitive computer assisted control services. But Lieutenant Slipstream has the eyes, the brains, and the guts to make that aircraft do exactly what he wants. He speaks several languages fluently. He plays a mean game of table tennis and is known to the pit as an unrepentant joker and mimic. The quote at the bottom says, "The controls are incredibly sensitive, so you have to have a steady hand to fly a fighter, and it doesn't hurt to leave a streak of daredevil in it too." So let's take a look at Slipstream because he has no accessories nor figure stand. But here he is in his fighter pilot suit with his aviation hat and goggles. You know, it's gray, like gray. I don't know what to call this, tannish looking beige color. You know, it's kind of an ugly color suit, but hey, if it works. You know, he's got his black boots. His head can rotate a full 360. His arm can raise to about here. His arm can rotate all the way around a full 360. He's got the ab crunch feature. Plus his head does have some up and down movement. His legs can split where he can do almost a full splits. His leg can go all the way up to here. Double knee joint. His ankle can pivot as well as rotate. And that's about it for the articulation of Slipstream. Let's go set him off to the side and take a look at our featured thing. These Conquest X-30, but it also comes with a file card. So let's read the file card. Conquest X-30, designation fighter. Weapons are missiles and bombs. And the text of it says, the Conquest X-30 is the fastest fighter in the G.I. Joe team's aerial fleet, carrying air-to-air missiles and air-to-surface bombs. This sleek aircraft gives the Cobra Rattler a run for its money when these two high advanced design fighters square off in the sky. The latest advancements in design and engineering have been built into this fighter, including super cruise capability, stealth technology, and integrated avionics. It is highly maneuverable at both subsonic and supersonic speeds, in confounding Cobra pilots with the extraordinary tight turns and high angles of attack. Okay, so that's the file cards. Let's take a look at these missiles. We're going to look at one because he has 4 of them that are the same. So it's these yellow missiles, arrow-looking missiles. It's hooked on by a dumbbell peg, as you can see right there. And these are 4 cool-looking missiles. Like I said, there's 4 of these, 2 on each wing. And then he also has the surface-to-ground or air-to-surface missiles or bombs he can just drop off, and there's 2 of them. And these ends do come off, but I don't feel like taking it off. But these do come off, the back pieces, so it's a 2-piece set. Also with a dumbbell joint, or dumbbell peg and slot. So let's take a look at the Conquest. It does roll, which is pretty cool. And on 2 sets of landing gear. He does have a removable cockpit canopy with two support wings there in the front. Black nose cone with it's got like a shark face on the front, on both sides. He's got these two laser cannons right there in the front. He does have a removable engine cover, but I can never seem to get that removed. As well as this piece back here can remove, but that's kind of hard. And he's got these supported things there in the back with red thrusters. He's got two of these little support wings back in the back with the massive wings there in the front that are kind of in like a X shape, which is why they call it the X-30. And these landing gear are simple. You just close the back end, close the two back wheels together, and it just closes. This one just closes back. And then here you can have it in its fighter jet mode, flying. So let me go ahead and put this bomb and this missile back on. And that's pretty much the bottom of it. So let me put these landing gears back up. And then let's take a look at how Slipstream can get into it. You could just slide him right here into the cockpit and just go ahead and close it up. There he is flying it. And now the Conquest makes his first appearance in season 2 of the Sunbow animated series in the 5-part miniseries Arise, Serpentor, Arise. So if y'all want to, go ahead and check that episode out, or that 5-parter out. It's a good 5-part miniseries. So my thoughts of Slipstream, I think he's a good-looking figure. I mean, I think the colors, they're ugly, but they're muted, but yet at the same time they work. It's always good to have a muted pilot because you don't want, visible from the cockpit, somebody in bright yellow or bright orange, to really make him stand out, outshine the jet. But he is a good figure. I think he's a good fit for this jet. I like his character. With him being a technology whiz, he was more of a support character in the animated show, even though he did have a one spotlight episode, where he was in a dogfight with a night raven and a female night raven, or a female strato viper. But it was a good episode. I mean, go ahead and check it out. It's good to see a good dogfight once in a while with two jets. But as far as the Conquest X-30 goes, I think it's one of my two favorite G.I. Joe jets. Alongside of the Sky Striker. The colors on it with the grays and the black. You'd expect it from this color from a G.I. Joe jet, which is cool. Next week you get to see the Python Patrol version of this vehicle, which everybody that knows me knows that's my favorite G.I. Joe jet of my favorite jet of all time. It's the Python Patrol Conquest, because it's the same vehicle as this one, but it's in the Python Patrol colors. So go ahead and check out next week as we review that, or re-review that. But this has been the Sky Striker. I mean, not the Sky Striker, but the Conquest X-30. The Sky Striker is coming up. The redo of the Sky Striker is coming up in 2 weeks. So go ahead and check that out. But this has been Cobra Island, and as for G.I. Joe, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. See you in the next one. Peace.